If you are a non-European or a non-local job seeker in one of the European countries, you already know how exhausting and frustrating the process can be. In 2024, I've spoken to many who share the same story, sending out 100 plus job applications with no real response. I know the feeling, it's demoralizing. All your hard work seems to vanish into a deep, dark void of nothingness. This state can shatter your confidence and make you start questioning yourself. I've been there back in the early days of my career in Europe, but in this video, I'm going to share a step-by-step guide to dramatically shift this game in your favor, almost guaranteeing you land your dream job. Of course, that's if you have the patience to stick with me and the willingness to do the work. This guide is a 6-step approach. In this video, we'll tackle the first part, which includes the first 3 steps, and we'll cover the remaining 3 in the next video. Before we dive into this guide and tell you how to land your next job in Europe, let's pause for a moment to think. What's the underlying problem with job searching and recruitment in Europe, especially for non-Europeans or non-locals? Well, for starters, anyone with internet access can apply for jobs in Europe. There are millions of applicants, native Europeans, locals, non-locals, and job seekers from all over the world. Secondly, many businesses in Europe, as I have observed firsthand, list openings online as more of a formality. Sifting through thousands of online applications is simply too much effort. And more often than not, the job ends up going to someone already working within the company. Finally, if you are not a local in that European country, unfortunately, cultural and social ties can be up against you. So why, despite all these, do non-local job seekers in Europe continue to apply online in such an unfocused way? After reflecting on my own early experiences and talking to others, here's what I think. When someone is unemployed, sending an application, any application, feels like you've done something. You can say to yourself, at least today wasn't wasted. It's also a way of saving face. Being unemployed can feel shameful in front of family and friends. Another reason, many job seekers have heard somehow from some career coaches that landing a job is a numbers game. You must put in the hours, submit as many job applications as possible until something sticks. I've been a victim of these 2 schools of thought. Honestly, I'm not proud to admit that in the first 10 years of my professional life in Europe, I've probably submitted over 500 applications, resulting in only 2 position changes. But then the penny dropped. I reframe my perspective on job searching and recruitment in European country as a non-European or non-local. Since then, everything in this space for me, my friends and family has changed. This is what I mean. Over the past 14 plus years, I've lived in a few European countries, namely Sweden, Belgium, and I've built a solid career for myself. I started as an engineering master's student, earned my PhD, become an entrepreneur, and now work as a strategy management consultant full-time, advising corporate clients and investment entities on strategy and investment. But today, I'm here to help you, the non-local job seekers in Europe. While I cannot speak for job search challenges in other parts of the world, because I've only applied for jobs in Europe, I believe the principles I share probably apply globally. Before we jump into the first step, I highly recommend that non-locals planning to move to Europe via the professional pathway check out one of my previous videos. It's sort of a preparatory step to what we are discussing here. First step in this 6-step guide is to create a list of 50 employers across your shortlisted or preferred European countries. Stretching yourself to this number will help you consider less obvious employers beyond your usual suspects. At this stage, focus solely on employer's name. Don't overthink roles or qualification just yet. Here's how I'd approach populating this list. The first 10 in the list can go to your dream employers. Let's say you're a mechanical engineer and you've always wanted to work for Volvo. Even if it feels over-ambitious, write it down. The sky is the limit here. The second 20 in the list can go to employers who hire people like you. Use LinkedIn to find alumni from your school or university and research their current employers. Note down any that appeal to you. If you don't have an alumni network, join relevant LinkedIn groups where like-minded professionals gather and check out the companies they work for. The third 10 in the list can go to personal preference employers. Add companies that appeal to you for your specific reasons, whether it's their culture, mission, or the products they create. This part is about broadening your horizons. And the last 10 names in the list can go to trending employers. Look for companies making headlines with innovative products or activities. Find stories about companies making waves in your field and note those you can imagine working for. Once you've created your list of 50 employers, you're ready for the next step. Second step is to identify whether you already have an internal advocate or ambassador at any of these 50 companies. So, what's an internal advocate and why is this step a game changer? An internal advocate ideally is the current employer of a company who will vouch for you. In today's job market, having an internal advocate isn't just helpful, it's often necessary. Imagine you are the employer. With so little time, would you prefer sifting through thousands of applications, or would you rather hear about a promising candidate from someone you trust? It's an unfair truth, but without internal advocacy, your chances of landing an interview drop significantly. In Europe, employee referrals are one of the most effective hiring methods. Over 40% of external hires come through referrals. Referred candidates are not only hired faster, but are more likely to be a good fit and stay longer with the company. Networking and internal referrals are critical, especially for non-local job seekers. Here is how to assess the proximity of potential advocates to you and build from there your network of advocates. First degree connections are, for example, alumni from your alma mater, close friends, family members. They may also include people from same school or university affinity groups. Second degree connections can be considered as members of local communities, clubs, or charities in your home country. Third degree connections are, for example, individuals from your home country who speak your language. Fourth degree connections can be people who have faced similar challenges as non-locals in Europe and can relate to your situation. To find these connections, LinkedIn is your best tool, in my opinion. For the sake of time, I won't walk through the exact process how to find these connections on LinkedIn, but if you are interested, let me know in the comment section down below in this video. The third step in this 6-step guide is to identify which of your 50 favorite employers are actively hiring. Here is how to do it. Check out job listing on LinkedIn pages of your 50 employers. This will help you prioritize them. I suggest to assign a score to each company based on their job posting. Use an Excel sheet for all these steps. Give employers top score 3 out of 3 if relevant vacancies are posted. Score 2 out of 3 if semi-relevant vacancies available. Score 1 out of 3 if unrelated postings are available. And score 0 if no postings at all. By scoring employers this way, you will create a prioritized list of target companies, focusing your effort where the opportunities are greatest. Now that you have taken the first 3 steps to focus your job search and prioritize the right companies, we're about to enter the most crucial phase, where real connections are built and opportunities unlocked. In the next video, we'll delve into the strategies that bridge the gap between your efforts and tangible results. Have you ever wondered how some people seem to land roles without ever applying online? Or how to stand out in a sea of candidates with nothing but a simple message? The answers and the keys to tapping into hidden opportunities are coming your way in the next episode of this series. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you are the first to know when it drops. See you there.